So I'm going to share my screen right now. You guys know me, you guys know him. We're the awesome duo who does Halal Investing Network, and we are uncovering halal gems in the stock market. So earlier I had covered Varonis. Now I'm going to cover another very interesting cybersecurity company called Fortinet, FTNT. They've been around for a while. They only just IPO'd in 2009, which now that I'm looking at the calendar is 12 years ago. So they've been around for a long, long time. They've got a very strong track record. The demand for their products is excellent. What do they do? Well, if you can look at my slides, cybersecurity. So today's theme is really a lot about cybersecurity, and they focus both on software and hardware. In one of my earlier videos, I spoke about how another company does from the inside out. Fortinet is like a typical cybersecurity company looking from outside in. They're one of the biggest companies out there. They look at both software solutions for cybersecurity, things like antivirus monitoring software, and of course, physical cybersecurity. Now, if you work in tech, right? How many of you out there are working in tech? You know that the easiest way to compromise the server is physically. Like I can just walk in and like, aha, bang the server and boom, it's done. And so Fortinet also does physical cybersecurity. They handle your server segregation, they handle your what do you call it? When you change your passes, your initial security parts, I can't remember what they're called right now, but suffice to say, Fortinet is one of the oldest, biggest companies in cybersecurity. They are one of the first movers in that particular field. And because they do both software and hardware solutions, they're pretty much in demand. Now, from a long-term perspective, as a fundamental investor, is Fortinet a good choice for me? I would say yes, I like Fortinet because we are moving into a digital world, and we know that cybersecurity is not something people take lightly. What do you say, Adi? Let's look at your magic crystal ball.
Yeah, let's take a look at the chart, and definitely this is a stock that we shouldn't, overlook, because as you can see, I think this chart shows that Fortinet is really, really bullish. All right, since 2009, when price was just around the $8 mark, right now it is at around $316. So can you just imagine if you had invested your money back then, or even if you had actually recently just invested last year, you could have bought a stock at $106. And right now, as you can see, this particular stock, after breaking out, all right, of this flag pattern here, right, this is a bullish flag pattern. You can see that price have actually went on to test the resistance at around 149, and then it actually continued upwards and never looked back. So this stock is a one-way train right now. I'm not seeing any much retracements on the weekly chart. So I think that if we just actually take the if we use Fibonacci, I actually had this Fibonacci tool already drawn. If we take the lows from here and extrapolate the highs up to this point here, we can actually see this stock possibly going towards the $400 mark. All right, so yeah, I think this is a one-way train. It's hard to actually say whether if we buy now is a good time to buy. But if we buy this stock, you need to actually put a stop loss at a very tight level. But if you look carefully, right, you look closely, you have a candle here. Okay, this is the black candle is a bearish candle, right? But it is a pintail candle. You can see that it is a pintail candle. And then after that, price suddenly shoot up, all right? So as you can see previously, it happened also. You have a pintail candle and then it shoot up sideways and then it shoot up again. So a couple of times it has been doing that. So, a pintail candle shoot up sideways. Some pintail candles here shoot up and then sideways, one candle down and then up again, sideways. So this is actually a one-way trade at this point.
What do you say? I mean, we don't have an indication whether it's a good price to buy. I'm looking at the charts. It seems that it's a beautiful on the way up. like Elon Musk's rockets are going all the way up now. And this looks very interesting to me. Now, I said earlier, I'm comfortable holding this for the long term. So if this does drop, I would actually be buying more. This is from a long-term fundamental investing perspective. But what about you, Adi? Do you think we should be, is it safe for us to put in some money into this, have a, like you say, have a really tight stop loss? What do you say?
We can actually have this. If you want to have it in the long term, basically, if it goes down, then we will buy more. So, but you will have to actually, but we don't have a top right now. It's not actually giving us any topping patterns. It's just making higher highs and higher lows. So it's just in an uptrend, and the trend might just go on and on and on, And furthermore, this is a good company fundamentally. So you have yourself a company that's good, Fortinet. So you can actually buy and put a tight stop loss, like I said, possibly around, you don't want it to actually go, if you want to have a tight stop loss anywhere below this line here, or maybe somewhere around here, would be a stop loss at around 271, 286. Yeah, that could be your stop loss, maybe 286, 285, yep, somewhere around there. But it will be tight, considered tight, because it just recently actually touched that level, the 285 level. So yeah, you could either be buying now at this high, or you want to wait for it to actually come back down a little, also possible.
Okay, so let's ask you, what would you do? WWAD, what would Adi do?
If you ask me, I would definitely be patient and wait for it to go down a little, just a little. That means I would be buying when the price actually, test the 9 moving average again.
Okay, here we go. I'm just updating our trading journal, folks. If you're already doing trading, you need to have a trading journal. Okay, just because what we're doing is Sharia compliant, and we're looking for Sharia compliant counters, does not mean you can just forget about it and just anyhow do it. You gotta have your own trading journal. You gotta have your rules. We have a set of rules in the Halal Investing Network portfolio that we follow very, very closely. And so for Fortinet, what was the price we were looking at again, Adi?
Possibly around the $300 level, 300, 305.
300 to 305, right? So just to recap, if Fortinet does drop a little bit and come back to 300, 305-ish, then we'll consider buying in. But for now, it's only on our watch list, and we'll be watching it very, very closely. So my last words on Fortinet: I will be comfortable holding this for the long term. I'm just waiting for a good opportunity to buy in. This suddenly reminded me of Crocs. You'll remember the story of Crocs. If you've been watching us, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think about what we've been saying. And if you remember our earlier videos, we did look at Crocs, and Crocs were super, super interesting, right? Very, very similar pattern to what we just saw. Well, what do you say, Adi?
Yeah, definitely Crocs has been going up and up after we actually looked at it. So it definitely, if those of you have entered it, congratulations for making good profits on Crocs. Yeah, and I think that the stock market right now is very bullish, and it's still going up. And yes, the Federal Reserve might come and talk about increasing interest rates. That might actually cause some retracements, but overall the market is still bullish, and I'm still seeing bullishness in the other markets as well, in the precious metals market, crude oil market, cryptocurrency. All these markets are actually moving up, and it's good to see these various markets moving up in tandem. Actually, that gives me a bit more confidence when we talk about going into stocks. Yeah,
absolutely. And that, folks, is it for today's hot pick. My name is Afik, Chief Finance in Jaffa's Free Finance, co-founder at Halal Investing Network. This is my awesome good buddy
Adi from Pro Traders Network and Halal Investing Network. Thank you for
go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, thank you for watching and being with us. Yeah, go ahead, Afik.
As always, folks, like, comment, and subscribe. We do this just for you. So let us know how best we can make your experience better. What do you want to know? What do you want to learn? Let us know in the comments below. We try to reply to every comment. Share it with your friends so that, you know, we can help, inshallah, our Muslims get rich the halal way. That's it from me. Adi, any last words?
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. And also don't forget to actually subscribe to our channel.
Awesome. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.